Hello, so if you remember in the last video we were talking about how we can store values within R to then use again later. So for example, let's just say that value1 or val1, make it really short, is equal to 4, okay? And then you can see over here in my global environment that I've stored the value of 1 as 4, okay? And you can verify that val1, press enter, and then it returns me the value 4. Great, okay. But what happens if I don't want to just save one value, but save a list of values, okay? Well, I can really easily do that by using this idea of a vector. Now, a vector is just a list of numbers in some particular order, okay? So let's just say that my vector, let's call it V, see what I did there, and I want to save 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, okay, as a list of numbers in that order. Well, the way we should do that is I need to combine together that list. And there's a function in R called C, which stands for combine. And because it's a function, I need to use the brackets. So notice that R automatically closes my brackets for me. So I've got an open close bracket, then I'm going to type 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And now what that says is that my first element is 11, my second element is 12, my third element of vector is 13, fourth element 14, fifth element 15, and they're separated by the commas. Press enter, and you can see over here that it has stored V as the numbers, and there are 5 of them, 1 to 5, elements 1 to 5, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. But there's a much quicker way of doing that, okay? Because notice all I've done there is I've just said store all the values, all the integer values from 11 through to 15. And fortunately in R, which saves a lot of time, there's a really easy way of doing that. All I have to do is just say V is a vector combining together all the integers from 11 colon 15. So 11 colon 15. And all that means is combine together all of the values, all of the integer values from 11 through to 15. That's what the colon means, to 15, integer values 11 to 15. And I can verify that that has saved the values 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, great. Notice that the colon is a really useful thing. For example, if you want to save all of the integer values from 1 to 1,000, you don't then have to sit there typing 1, 2, 3, you don't have to do that all the way to 1,000. You can just 1 colon 1,000. It will save all those integer values from 1 to 1,000 for you. But now what I can do is pull out a specific element of that vector V. So vector V is just the list 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So let's say, for example, I want to pull out the third element of vector V, which is 11, 12, that's 13, 1, 2, 3, it's 13. Where we should do that is, I know that I've stored it in the label V, okay? I want to pull out the elements, so I'm going to use the square brackets. Notice that R automatically closes those square brackets for you, RStudio automatically closes them. And I want to pull out the third element, so I go V3, okay? Press enter, then it returns me the value 13. I can do the same. I can do, for example, V4, okay, which should return me the value 14 because that's the 1, 2, 3, that's the fourth value of the vector V, okay? I can pull out more than one value. So for example, I want to pull out the values from second element to fourth element, okay? So that should be 12, 13, 14. So I've pulled out the elements from 2 to 4, so that's 12, 13, 14, second element, third element, fourth element. And let's say, for example, hang on a minute, you know V, yeah, I didn't really mean to put 15 in the fifth element, okay? I want to actually change that to 20 for whatever reason. So that's really easy to do. All I say is I've changed my mind about the fifth element, so V5, okay? And I want to replace that, so I want to take the value, that's why I use the arrow. I want to use the old value of the fifth element in V, and I want to change that to 20. So I could either just write 20 or I could write add 5, okay? And I'll type V, and then it's changed my fifth element, which was 15, to 20. Okay, so this is kind of the long way around of doing it. I could have changed it much quicker. So let's just change the first element, 11, to, I don't know, say 100. Okay, so I go V1, okay, and then I takes the value of 100. Press enter, type V, and then I've changed my first element to 100. So this is kind of getting into the operations which you can do with your elements. So I want to just change a specific element. I just take the fifth element, add 5 to it, and that becomes my new element. Or I can specifically say V1 is equal to 100. What else can I do with it? Well, I can take every single element in V. So let's just clear that, and let's just go V takes the value of, let's just do that again. So 11 to 15. Okay, so V is just 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, again, like we had before. And let's say I want to times every single element in that vector by 2. Really easy to do. I just go V takes the value of the current value of V times 2. So every single element which is currently in V, times it by 2, then that becomes the new V. Press enter. Okay, press V to see what we get, and we get 22, 24, 26, 28, 30. It's just simply taken 11 times by 2, 12 times by 2, 13 times by 2, 14 times by 2, 15 times by 2 to get 22, 24, 26, 28, 30. And that is now my new value of V. I may, for example, have another vector. Let's say x is my other vector, and let's say this is the vector 1 to 5. 1 to 5. Okay, press X just to verify. Oops. Sorry, I pressed the wrong key. X to verify that we do get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's say, for example, I want to do V plus X. So I want to take every element in V and add it to the same corresponding elements in X. So, for example, the current elements in V are 22, 24, 26, 28, 30. The current elements in X are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what I want to do is take the first element of V, which is 22, and add it to the first element of X, which is 1. I want to take the second element of V, which is 24, and add it to the second element of X, which is 2. Okay, so just do that, and then it returns me 23, 26, 29, 32, 35. Does that make sense, what I've done there? I've just taken the first element of V, added it to the first element of X to get 23, second element of V, added it to the second element of X to get 26, and so on and so on and so on. I can even combine two vectors together. So at the moment, I've got V as 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, and V is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say, for example, I want to create a new vector. Let's call it Z. And I want to combine together the current vector X with Y. So I want all the numbers in X, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I want to stick the numbers in V, which is 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, and stick it on the end of it. So press that. Oops, sorry, I pressed the wrong key again, so I don't want to put Y in there, I want to put V in there. That's better. Press Z. And then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's my vector X, followed by 22, 24, 26, 28, 30. That's my new vector. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30. Okay, so I can combine together a couple of vectors as well. There's lots of things I can do with it, but basically this just gives you an idea of how powerful vectors are in R.